Unfortunately, it happened. It died in a helicopter crash. Eight of them. We buried two on Sunday, 10th August. That's Honorable Dr. Ibrahim Mutala.
Final funeral rites of the 8 patriotic Ghanaians that lost their life on the 6th of August in line of duty has finally been held today. And today, the whole of the nation is mourning as they do some big funeral for all of them. Already they did, there was like 2 Muslims in there, which they had a service for them a couple of days back. Because say Muslim per their culture, when somebody die, you have to bury them ASAP. And so they buried them. But the Christians that were in today, they do the final funeral rite for them, including the ones they already buried. And so like a state funeral way they do for them, with every single person in the country currently mourning the loss of these 8 giant men that served their country to the brim and died on duty. I mean, it's a national disaster because we all know of the plane crash. I mean, the helicopter crash way happened on the 6th of August on their way to go serve the country, obviously, for an event where, unfortunately, we don't know exactly what happened. But the aircraft crash, which all 8 of them got bent in the aircraft, which became a big issue and is still a big issue. Final funeral rites has been held for them and the Independence Square, now the Black Star Square. And Charlie, it'd be very, very sad.
Unfortunately, it happened. It died in a helicopter crash. Eight of them. We buried 2 on Sunday, 10th August. That's Honorable Dr. Ibrahim Mutala Mohammed, as the Minister for Environment, Science and Technology, and the Honorable Member of Parliament for Tamale Central, and then Honorable Mohammed Muniru Lemuna, the Acting Deputy National Security Coordinator. And today we're burying the 6. Your screen now is the burial procession. Now they entered the military cemetery itself, making their way towards where they'll be laid to rest, finally. During the funeral service, the president said, and I quote, "Let us leave our 8 comrades today with a promise that their children will not be alone," unquote. The president also expressed his gratitude to emergency response, religious leaders and international dignitaries for their support, and praying for the national healing too. Also heard very heart-touching tributes, especially from the wives of these heroes and their children. But again, assuring one also coming from the president to the children and the wives that they are not alone.
Stand still. Prepare to raise.
So, sir, as the bodies are carried to the cemetery, respectfully we shall stand to pay our last respect. And all officers in uniform are requested to salute. Thank you.
Together! Slow! March! Inside! Outside! Inside! Outside! Inside! Outside! Inside! Outside, inside, 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 outside, inside. Outside, inside, 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 outside, inside. Outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside.
So we are all reminded that when the bodies are taken out, the national anthem will be played.
Inside.
So shall we all keep standing?
Outside, inside, outside, inside. Outside, inside, 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 outside, inside. Outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside,
His Excellency the President will now go and shake hands with the families.
He was dead. Prepare to lower. Prepare to feed.
Shall we all remain standing where we are, please?
The next decision that the government has made is for the creation of a children's support fund for the children of the victims of the 6th August helicopter crash. The purpose of this fund is clear. It is to ensure that the children left behind will never be deprived of the opportunities the care and the security that their parents work so hard to provide for them. We Ghanaians live in a culture that upholds collective responsibility, especially where community and family are concerned. Think about it. How often do we meet one another and ask about their child, and in so doing, claim that child as ours? It is common to hear us say, "How is my daughter?" Or, "How is our small boy?" We take on the responsibility of raising the children of our relatives who are not as financially capable as us, or paying the school fees of a domestic worker's child. Sometimes we even pay for the medical cost of children who are complete strangers to us. And that is what Dr. Omani Boama did when he pledged to pay for surgery for Seto, a physically disabled 9-year-old boy, so that he would no longer be reliant on the wheelchair that he had been using to get around. After fully paying for the surgery, Omani could have continued with his own affairs and not giving another thought to the boy or his situation. Because Omani had a full life with a demanding job, a wife and 3 children of his own to look after. Yet somehow, even with all those constraints on his time, Dr. Omani Boama set aside a few quiet moments and he put pen to paper. And he wrote a poem for Seto before his surgery, because he knew that the little boy would most surely be afraid. And in his poem for Seto, Omani wrote, and I quote that poem, he said, "You're not alone. You've got me, friends who care, family and love, always there to share." The Children's Support Fund for the children of the victims of the 6th August helicopter crash, as it has officially been named, will cover education from primary school through to tertiary or technical training, healthcare, including medical insurance and specialized care where required, and welfare support, clothing, shelter, and essential living expenses. I wish to express my thanks to the Stanbic Bank that has opened an account with an initial contribution of 500,000 Ghana cedis.
I mean, very, very sad. Because if you think about time, it's just crazy, bro. Somebody left here in Accra a couple of hours. I mean, it's not even a couple of hours. Like, less than an hour, and then an hour later, you hear see the person crash where he die. And person where they live, where they smile, and you bring them back in ashes. You know, say even fine body will be ashes because they bend to the ground. So it be ashes where they bring them. And it's just crazy. So the country Ghana is mourning at the moment, and they do like the final funeral rite for these, you know, heroes of the nation. And so Charlie, we spotted some few people that came through. I mean, a few celebs and all that. So we put together a few highlights to show our audience. That way they go feel sympathize with us and know say, I mean, a loss for Ghana is a loss for all. Because at the end, the one Africa, one nation, one country. And so Charlie, if you are Ghanaian, you should know say today we are all mourning the loss of this legendary, I mean, politicians that were serving, politicians and servicemen that were serving, that lost their life in line of duty. It's such a big loss for every Ghanaian. We are all sympathizing with all the families and Ghanaians and every single person, including the president and everybody, because I mean, this thing can happen to anybody. It's when you see it happen to somebody else, you have to have a reflection of life, think about life, and know, say, Charlie, nobody knows tomorrow. You know, so this Shadout TV news anywhere, then use the definitely could bring them to you for do to like, share, subscribe. That is will come, Charlie. This your boy Modi. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah.
I don't know, we're dead Lima right now. And it's on Shadout TV, man. In Lima, right in Lima. With the Godfathers.
Shadout TV is the best, no worry. They got to the update, my bro. Shadout TV, they are love. I love it.